Anyway, here is Representative Jason Smith.
And history will definitely not read well for the House Democrats. Yield the rest of my time.
The gentleman from Pennsylvania reserves. The gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.
Madam Speaker, what a crock.
What a crock indeed. Like, seriously, fucking right-wingers are morons. Representative Jason Smith, you are a fucking moron.
Anybody on the other side of the aisle talk about government shutdowns. I remember when they lost this place 3 years ago. What did they do? They left us with a government shutdown.
Of course.
First ever in history, the Republican majority did that.
It's always the Republicans that cause the shutdown.
The legislative process. But let me remind everybody that we have to vote on every single cent that we put forward here. That we have an appropriations process. Maybe the gentleman doesn't understand that. But every cent that we spend has to be voted on by people in this chamber. So nobody's not going to vote on anything. And let me just put this in perspective. Yeah, the president's budget was late. And given the timing of the president's budget, the Appropriations Committee needs to get started to start doing their work, unless my friends don't want the appropriations to do their work. And deeming a top-line number for appropriators is a housekeeping item that we can take care of so they can move forward. And then we could then turn our attention to a budget resolution and enacting the transformational policies included in the President's American Jobs Plan and American Families Plan. Now, but here's the thing that really gets me when I hear people have meltdowns on the floor. This process
got triggered
by Republicans and Democrats alike in order to allow appropriators to get started on their work. You know, ever since the first deeming resolution in fiscal year 1999, when Republicans were in charge, overall, House Republican majorities used deemers 9 times, including for fiscal years 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2019. Boy,
accusing them of hypocrisy doesn't work. They don't feel shame.
Don't seem to matter. And just one other thing. When the gentleman used the term big lie, I don't want to be lectured by anybody about a big lie, especially by individuals who voted deliberately to overturn the will of the American people.
Yep.
To undermine our democracy. I will not be lectured by anybody on that matter. I now yield.
Good job, Jim McGovern. Excellent response. But now, according to Eric July, who I've never heard of, it's the left that's actually gaslighting the American people.
Control the conversation.
Let's hear July's argument.
A lot of leftists have been able to control the conversation by using tactics that obviously require them to be disingenuous, but it doesn't matter because they get to get away with it. Now, I always say that you cannot approach, and what I always say is that you cannot argue someone out of a position
That they didn't come to rationally? Oh, he's doing the opposite, that they came to by way of emotion. Yes, I say that all the time. That's a logical axiom, sir.
that they got to by way of emotion. This is a critical era that unfortunately a lot of even smart people do. And they try to project their good intentions, honesty, onto their opposition. And that is a critical error, and you're never going to win that. You're always going to lose. So if you are arguing with yourself.
Okay, his editing job is weird here. What? They project their good intentions.
Honesty on.
They try to project their good intentions, honesty onto their opposition.
To their opposition. And that is a critical error, and you're never going to win that.
The left does.
So if you are arguing with yourself or someone like you, yeah, it makes sense to immediately go on the defense, but that only works when you're dealing with other honest people. They've been able to accomplish a lot, guys, by way of being just dishonest and gaslighting, textbook. I think you should make fun of stupid people who.
Okay, first of all, like, They love the word gaslighting, and I don't think one of them knows what it means. Honest to God, every time I hear one use it, I'm like, do you understand the context? Like, nothing about this makes any sense.
Guys, by way of being just dishonest and gaslighting, textbook. I think you should make fun of stupid people who will make an egregious claim.
I do too.
Those terms aren't to be taken lightly.
Right wingers are morons.
Supremacists or something like that. You already have every right to call them a dumb son of a bitch. You are under
I do it all the time.
to defend yourself from an egregious claim that operates on a obvious falsehood. None. And that's how they operate. They need you to be on
You're straw manning me.
defense. They've claimed you were something and you're trying to say, well, oh, I'm not this. Look at this, this, and that. Critical error.
No, the critical error here is the fact that you're straw manning. You're saying what you think I do, and you're attacking that. And it's from your perspective, so automatically it's bias. You are violating the rules of logic right now, sir.
already lost. Again, they got to their position by way of emotion. I would argue that you're more likely to change their mind on this subject matter by making fun of their dumb ass. You cannot reason them out of that position.
Hey, dude, that's my exact position. That I can't get anywhere with you dumb fuck right-wingers, so I just make fun of you.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
But you're being blatantly dishonest right there. And I'll prove it to you guys. You know, I will have anybody, 917-830-4359. You're a right-winger, call in. I want you to call in. I want you to come on my show and express yourself. Say anything you want. Exercise your First Amendment right. But they will not afford me the same courtesy. They do not let me come on their shows. Gaslight my ass. You want to talk about gaslighting? A news anchor here in Alabama died over the weekend. He committed suicide. So, of course, you know it was the Clintons' fault. Christopher Sine, Alabama news anchor who broke the Clinton tarmac story, dead at 45. And the New York Post story, and I specifically got the New York Post. I wanted to get one of the most egregious examples. The Hill did a very clickbaity headline, but I wanted to get the most egregious examples of this. The Alabama TV anchor who broke news of the infamous 2016 tarmac meeting that was nothing between former President Bill Clinton and then Attorney General Loretta Lynch died Saturday in apparent suicide, according to reports and his employer. Christopher Sine was found dead by Hoover, Alabama police around 8:13 a.m. on Saturday after cops received a call of a person down at his Scout Trace home. The former college football player's death is being investigated as a suicide. Sine had 3 sons and his wife, Laura, whom he met at the University of Alabama in the 1990s, where he manned the offensive line for the school's football squad, and she starred as an all-SEC volleyball player, according to local ABC affiliate. So they're actually not saying, okay, here we go. The Dallas area native headed to Alabama in 2017 to anchor the ABC station's evening news show after working for a TV station in Phoenix. While there, Sine broke the major 2016 presidential campaign news that Bill Clinton met with Lynch on the tarmac of Phoenix's Sky Harbor Airport, while then AG was investigating the use of a private email server by Hillary Clinton, the former president's wife and the Democratic presidential candidate at the time. Sine went on to write a book about the encounter titled Secret on the Tarmac. Sine went on to tell Fox that the investigation made his life a living hell, with his family receiving death threats. So, You can imagine what the comment section of all the news articles about this look like. I assume we're still on. Like it looks like my internet's going crazy. Fox News' latest outrage. NPR wants to cancel Tom Hanks. We've got video for this. This should be fun.
Deegans, I think that's his name. He's a writer for NPR. Here's what he says.
Deegans.
He says Tom Hanks is a non-racist. It's time for him to be an anti-racist. Here's a paragraph, all right? It's wonderful that Hanks stepped forward to advocate for teaching about a race-based massacre, but it's not enough. Apparently, Hanks wrote about Tulsa. He's built a career playing righteous white men. He's a baby boomer star who's built a sizable part of his career on stories about American white men doing the right thing. If he really wants to make a difference, Hanks and other stars need to talk specifically about how their work has contributed to these problems and how they will change.
I watched Saving Private Ryan on Memorial Day for the first time. It was really good. First of all, it's a star-studded cast. God damn. Didn't realize all those people were in that. People I didn't even expect. Didn't know Matt Damon was Private Ryan. Shit.
End quote. Joe.
Boy, Tom Hanks has some audacity. Building his iconic career out of playing,
What?
get this, Bill, a white guy. And now NPR, your taxpayer dollars at work, now condemns him literally.
Not really.
An op-ed urging for more focus in history curriculums in schools across America on the Tulsa massacre. And the writer of this piece, Eric Deakins, you mentioned before, he's now playing the victim on social media. He's complaining about being bullied and insulted because he wrote this piece, because it's so profoundly stupid. He deserves all the criticism that he gets. And here's the thing, though, Bill. For NPR and Deakins and perpetual protesters, no matter what Tom Hanks does, it will never be enough. He supports more than 36 charities, Hanks does, from helping and honoring military...
Wait. I thought they didn't like Tom Hanks because he was a Hollywood liberal elitist. But then there's another section of the Fox News audience who doesn't like Tom Hanks because they think he's a child-raping pedophile. But now they're on the side of Tom Hanks when they can be anti-NPR? Is that it?
Done that also in movies with Band of Brothers, but also women's empowerment or children's health care and fighting cancer and diabetes. But no, for one guy from NPR, he isn't doing enough to make the world a better place. How's that working out right now?
Well, if he was looking for attention, he's getting it. Apparently, he's proud of what he wrote. He did
Yeah.
an interview and said he stands by it. But being white...
And that's why you guys are saying the shit you're saying. It's a fucking vicious cycle.
has apparently
finish this sentence,
a
Bill?
lot of pitfalls. From one white guy to another. Joe Concha will talk to you.
You bitch about his op-ed, and then you say stupid shit about it, and then I play you, and I say stupid shit about you.
Yeah.
It's just
Remember that,
the circle of life.
Tom Hanks played, who was such a righteous white guy that he was a hero in World War II, or the guy who was a man in the body of a little kid who made toys. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible, horrible stuff that he's done. I hope he comes out swinging. I hope he goes line by line.
Wow, will he?
Somebody has to, eventually, right? Somebody has to. I hope he comes out and says, you know what?
Somebody has to. Somebody has to deal with this, you know,
I'm proud of my
criticism.
career. Like, don't let it go. Respond.
That would get a lot.
So, okay, so they said that the dude that wrote the article couldn't take criticism, but the dude that wrote the article was just criticizing Tom Hanks, and they're bitching at him because of the Tom Hanks is a great actor, God.
A lot of respect.
Where's fucking Gump?
Because most people do not.
No.
Right? They
That's
sit
the
back
problem,
and they take it and they
that's the
move
problem.
on.
And that's why I keep
And Concha's point is right. You know, it's for some, it's never enough.
No. All right. So coming up here, horror at
What is he talking about? God! You do a whole Freudian study about the shit they say on Fox News.